Hello, and welcome to Increase Microsoft and Google Suite Knowledge Training, Lesson 4, Part 2, part of the BeWell project. The BeWell project is aiming to shape the health and care workforce of tomorrow by addressing the need to prepare the health and care workforce for digital and green solutions introduced in the European health and care systems to ensure that they can respond to current and future challenges. Today we will discuss about presenting a medical case or managerial data using Microsoft PowerPoint and or Google Slides. My name is Monica Brânzac. I work within the Department of Public Health at Babeș-Bolyai University in Cluj-Napoca, Romania, and we are one of the BeWell project partners. The learning objectives and outcomes targeted by these trainings is to help you create a new presentation, to enter, edit, and format text, to create bulleted and or numbered lists, to add images, shapes, or charts, print the presentation, to save and open it, to share it via email, to share the presentation with colleagues and to collaborate with them, and tips on how to make an effective and engaging presentation. The EQF level that we are targeting is 5. As part 2 of the lesson, we will discuss more in detail Google Slides, then we will do a comparison between Microsoft PowerPoint and Google Slides. We will give you a practical example and a moment of reflection, and then a quick recap. Now let's get started. Now in Google Slides we will use the same example as for Microsoft PowerPoint for creating a presentation on basic life support measures. Now how to create a presentation. Once again we will go to Google and search for Google Slides, and the first link is the one that will get us to the landing page. For the sake of the presentation, I will go to my account already where I have signed in, but for you, you can also sign in with Google to get here. And because we do not want to use any from the templates that are being offered here, I will click on the plus side for the blank presentation. And now, because we already have the presentation, we will start inserting text by adding the title. I'll use the title Basic Life Support. And we have the title. This will be the title that will be saved here as well, so we can start adding text similarly to Microsoft PowerPoint. And for adding a slide, we will click the plus button here and we will place the cursor and type what we want to do. I will like to add the title, and we will start adding the content of the presentation. If there is something that we want to delete, we will use also the backspace and delete buttons, but I want to keep them, so I will use the undo and redo options. And if we want to edit or format a specific piece of text, we have to select it. In order to select it, you have to place the cursor before the text, and you will drag it until you have finished selecting the desired text. And now that the text is selected, we can edit it as we want. We can, similarly to PowerPoint, bold it, make it italic, or underline it, or change its color and its highlight. We can also change its font type from the drop-down list, or its font size for also another drop-down list. Now let's say that we want to create the said list. Now that we have the items of a list, we can make it a proper list with bullets or numbers. We'll start by numbers. For that, we will go here and we will click on numbered list, and we can select what kind of numbered list specifically. Then we want to transform it in a bulleted list, and we will just click here and once again select exactly what type of bullets we want to use. Now let's add another slide for adding images. Now let's add a new slide to add some images. For that, we will click the plus button and we will go here, the image icon, and press on it. We can either select to upload from computer, to search the web, to use an image from Google Drive, Google Photos, or from a specific link, or to take a picture with the camera from this point exactly. For that, I will use the web, and I will search for basic life support. And we see that we have several images, and I will select this one and then click on insert. And you see that this will appear, and we can change its dimension to our desired size, and we can place it wherever it's best for us. As you've seen until this point, everything is quite similar to Microsoft PowerPoint, except that the text will be auto-saved in real time. And of course, you can use the same functionalities as in PowerPoint for formatting text, creating bulleted or numbered list and for adding images or charts. You can add charts from the insert function, and if you go lower you have the chart function, and as you can see you have a bit more limited options when compared to Microsoft PowerPoint. Now let's insert a hyperlink. Let's say that we want to insert the link to this image, so we will here link to image, we will select the text, and then we will go here this chain like icon, we will click it and we will paste the link to this image. Now let's share the document. In order to share it, you have either two options. You either go to the share button here and type in the email of the people that you want to share it, or you will copy the link and send it via message maybe, and you select also the type of access that you want to give to people, or you go to file and then to share, and you can select either from publish to web or to share it with others, and if you select share it with others, the same pop-up message will appear. Now let's do a quick comparison between Microsoft PowerPoint and Google Slides. When it comes to Microsoft PowerPoint and Google Slides, as we previously mentioned, these are quite similar, but we will try to highlight the exact differences between the two of them so you can understand when it is better for you to use the one or the other of these tools. As you can see, Microsoft PowerPoint offers a wider range of effects to choose from, while Google Slides it offers a smaller selection that you can choose from. In PowerPoint, you have a smaller selection of effects that allows for a basic transition, while in Google Slides the font is very extensive and usually does not require any additional fonts. In Microsoft PowerPoint, you have more formatting and design options, while in Google Slides you have less formatting and design options. PowerPoint synchronous work on the document is available when it is shared in a Google Drive folder and you work in the online version, while Google Slide allows automatically sharing on access link for simultaneous work on the document. And PowerPoint is stored locally with the manual saving and version history, while Google Slide is saved locally with a manual saving and version history. Our recommendation is that Microsoft PowerPoint is going to a bit more individual professional presentation one, while Google Slide is going a bit more towards the simpler and collaborative work. As for a reflection moment of today, what do you think that are some key things when presenting a medical case for managerial data? Now we will see if you're right, because we will share our own personal tips. As mentioned in the overview chapter above, you have to keep in mind that the success of your presentation will be measured in how much your audience will be engaged and how much useful the information will be. Therefore, you have to start with thinking on the structure and content of your presentation and add one slide in the beginning of the presentation with the content and the agenda of the presentation, as well as the design of the presentation has to assist you visually on delivering your message with ease. Here are some advices that we think will help you in designing an effective and engaging presentation. Please avoid complicated design of the slide. Nowadays, simpler is better. Very little text, very little design items, and few colors. Minimize the number of slides. To keep your message clear and to keep your audience engaged, attentive, and interested, keep the number of slides in your presentation to a minimum. Consider that you will need approximately 1 minute to present one slide, so a 10-minute presentation should have between 8 and 10 slides, while a 15-minute presentation 12 to 15 slides. You should put some time apart for questions and comments. You can create a very simple slide for this: 2 minutes to a 10-minute presentation, 3 minutes for a 15-minute presentation for the questions. Now, think about to choose an audience-friendly font size. The audience must be able to read the slides remotely. Our recommendation is to use a font size of at least 20 when you're presenting in person. Now, regarding the content of your slides, try to limit the text to the 5 or 6 lines per slide. Keep the slide text simple. You want your audience to listen to your information instead of reading it on the screen. Use bullet points or short sentences and try to keep each item on one line. Avoid bright colors or a mix of too many colors, and choose the colors carefully and visibly. Apply Subtle slide backgrounds. Choose an attractive template or theme that doesn't overpower you. You don't want the background or design to detract from the message. Use standardized templates, which can be also branded with the organization to which you belong. Use visuals to get your message across. Smart art images, charts, graphs, and illustrations provide visual cues for your audience to remember. As with text, avoid including too many visual aids on the slide. Also, make labels for charts and graphs easy to understand. Use only enough text to make the label elements in a chart or a graph easy to understand, and make sure that they are large enough for everyone to read. As now for your homework. Please develop a presentation with the results of the patient survey that assess their health status you have collected in the Microsoft Forms and Google Forms module. Print the presentation and then share the presentation with one colleague. During today's presentation, we have finalized the training module on Microsoft PowerPoint and Google Slides. I will summarize now the key takeaways. You got the basic skills for designing, printing, and reviewing a document and a presentation, and you have created a new presentation. You have edited, formatted text. You have created bulleted and numbered list. You have printed the presentation, shared it, opened and saved it, and then you collaborate with other team members in order to change it. And now you have listened to several tips on how to make an effective and engaging presentation. And now it's time for the quiz. Thank you.